recording, my friend?
Recording
Oh,
now.
well, goddamn. We can live just like that. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, welcome to the Moose Brothers. Where are we, Jordan? This is what our half, not our half season finale, but like our just slightly half
Yeah.
mid
Yeah. Just
season.
past
Okay.
half. Yeah. Something like that.
Welcome to the slightly mid past half season finale. Makes no fucking sense how we do this shit. Oh, God. How have you been today, Jordan?
I've been good. Yeah. I woke up the earliest that I've woken up like in the past 2
In a
weeks.
while.
Yeah.
In a while.
Yeah. Like it was like 9 a.m. my time, which is like unheard of in the last couple of weeks.
Yes. Yeah, you're usually an early riser, as some people like to say.
I mean, when I have to be, but like I would rather sleep in, which I have been doing that like the last couple of weeks, but I've also been going to sleep quite late just because like podcasting and hanging out and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we've decided to start fucking with your sleeping schedule a little bit.
Oh no, it's been like that.
Oh man.
Yeah,
So
it's
how
all
was your
good
day?
though.
You had your first brand Viking brother meeting. You
I
went and met
did.
up with one of our brothers today. How did that go for you? Was he a nice gentleman? He didn't try and shove you in the back of a van with big black dildos and paint you with an Axe body spray?
No, he was really cool. Yeah, I hung out with Sean. Let me pull up his Instagram here so you can show him some love.
Let's take a look at Sean.
Yeah.
Sean, I will send you a message after this podcast, let you know we gave you a shout out because, my God, sir, you are one handsome gentleman.
There
we go. Young Jordan bringing it up right now.
Mm-hmm. The man himself.
The man himself. There he be. There he be. Yeah, man.
There's us.
There you guys are. Just chilling, just
Yeah.
killing it like a couple villains. I love it.
Yeah, went to Tim Hortons, and they're still not doing like dine in, so we just hung out outside by his truck and just like
shot the shit.
Yeah, chatted for a bit, talked about the podcast. He was asking me how our episode with Thor went, and so I was telling him about that and like how what made us want to start the podcast, and then we talked about like how we're both looking forward to the Canadian to officially start. Get that up and going. That's going to be fun. Get that.
You like these muscles from Canada? Yeah. We're just going to be showing you. We're just going to be flexing on you, kiddies. No, that's fun. Yeah, no, I'm excited for that too. That's going to be a lot of fun seeing it. You know, just kind of what comes of that. I've had a lot of people throw something my way, letting me know, like, hey, this is in the works. Like, hey, when the clan, or not the clan, it's the Ets. The clan more.
Yeah.
It's been pretty cool to see, like, what and how that whole system kind of works. It's starting to become more clean and smooth. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'm getting a little excited because I know it's coming up in like a month or two. Like, it's not long.
No, it's on the way. Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So. Once that's official, we'll have to do a big epic Canadian Moose Bros podcast episode. Get as many of the brothers on as we can.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that works, and we'll have to get guys on, and we'll have to see who the generals are. And I just can't wait for the whole goddamn thing.
Yeah, I'm excited. That's going to be fun.
Oh, my God, Jordan. Life is good, is it not? Life is good, is it not?
It is. It really is.
But you know what isn't good, Jordan? You know one thing that is not good?
What's not good, Scott?
Stupid people. Stupid people aren't good. Stupid people cause me a lot of headaches, Jordan, and then I can't sleep at night. And then I have bad dreams. And I don't like bad dreams. They scare me. It usually involves being engulfed by somebody's asshole. And I don't know why, but I don't enjoy that. Like an elephant's asshole or just a giant black asshole. Just, you know. But like on a more serious note, the big giant black asshole being the shitty content I keep seeing these days. It's like
Yep.
You know, and nothing against and not even beard struggle guys, but just like the more we've been involved, like social media influencing that kind of game.
Yeah.
I'm noticing there's a lot of people that just jump from like brand to brand, and you pointed that out. And that's annoying, isn't it?
It really is. And like with like a DC's post that he put up in the Brand Viking group about like like the quote from 5-0, and like it's so true. Like if you just like jump around from brand to brand, people aren't going to trust you. Like it's your opinion kind of becomes like less valid because like, oh, he's just doing it for the money.
Yeah, and that's a weird thing nowadays, eh? Like back in the day, you could do things strictly for money, and people were like, "That's cool, man's got to feed his family."
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, people are like, they're watching every single thing you do, and if it's not morally correct under the public eye, you're gonna be scrutinized and fucking just beat to death for it.
Totally.
And I do understand what they mean, but like that is what social media has done, has it not? In a sense of like, you know, a guy like you're saying, let's say he represents Axe body spray, and he's like, fuck man, I love Axe body spray. He does that for 2 months, and then then right after that he's like, Old Spice is the shit. You're like,
what? Yep.
I thought you were just really into like you were talking about that new chocolate one or whatever the fuck they came out with, that dragon scent, that fucking I don't know what the hell they have these days, but
I don't know either. Never used Axe. Yeah. I'm a Old
really?
Spice guy.
We usually used it to set things on fire with in a school.
Fair. Yep.
Yeah, we would get a lighter and we would just think.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh, this is cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, every dude had one in school. Every single dude had their own Axe body spray for when the chicks walked by in the hallway. Yeah, it's smelling good for science class. Doesn't matter. It's going to smell like I'm swole as fuck. And it's like, oh.
Totally. Yeah. Like I remember, I think it was grade 8. We were like, it was the end of the year and everybody was cleaning out the lockers, and somebody had the brilliant idea to spray their locker with Axe body spray, and it just made the whole hallway smell like Axe body spray for like a solid amount of time.
A week. Yeah.
Yeah. It was bad.
I don't know what your schools were like. Mine were particularly vicious.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this poor story about a kid named Mike. I will not say his last name because I don't know if he will ever listen to this, and I don't know if you have both your nuts. So, I'm serious. This story, I don't know if he has both of his nuts after this story. We're in school, and he got the nickname Tater Nuts. And you're probably curious like how somebody gets the nickname Tater Nuts. That's an odd one, right? Mm-hmm. Well, Mike came to school one day, and me and my friends, Troy and I, and there's another Troy in the group, we're all hanging out, doing our thing. And there was this kid, and I'll call him by his somewhat nickname. His nickname was Bottomless. And he was kind of a bully, and he was a bigger kid. So he like just came up to Mike one day and just roughhoused him into a full Nelson. Mike's like, oh, okay, holy shit, I don't know what's happening here.
Damn.
Then the other Troy that I mentioned, the second one, he pulls a potato out of his pocket. And I'm like, okay, this is getting weird. And there's like a bunch of girls around and friends. It's like lunchtime. Everybody's hanging out in the hallway, right?
Yeah.
And the second Troy starts backing up. He's going further and further, Jordan. He's getting out of there.
Yeah.
Mike gets brought to his knees because Bottomley's much bigger than him. Bottomless, sorry.
Yeah.
So he fucking gets him down to his fucking knees. And the second Troy just starts sprinting down the hallway, potato in hand. As he runs, he turns in the air as he runs by, and he turns around and whips it, and it hits Mike right in the balls. Now Mike had a bad history of being hit in the balls. This poor guy, I saw him get a feather duster right to the nut, like somebody threw it in the air in the hard plastic part. Right on his nuts. I saw a chick kick him in the nuts, I don't know, well over 50 times.
Damn.
I've seen dudes bag him in the hallway like you wouldn't believe. 2-liter bottle, pizza boxes.
Yeah. All the
beer bottles. Anything that you could bag a person with, he's probably been bagged with it at least 10 times. And
damn.
Yeah. And like the potato exploded, chunks went flying and hit the light, the wall. There's just like this pile of mush shitty potato at the end, and you're just like, Mike, you okay, buddy? No, Mike died. Oh. And that's just like some of the shit that happened in the schools I went to. I hope your schools were nicer.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. They're pretty low key. Never had that happen before.
Well, I hope not. I hope that's a very particular story that never gets replayed.
Yeah, that's never heard of that happening anywhere else.
That would be horrible.
Yeah. Yes, it would.
I mean, like, a potato is very solid, Jordan. And for that to explode, that's a lot of force, especially on your testiculars.
Yep.
Look at you. You're cringing at the thought of this. You don't even like this. It makes you just...
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Does it make you cringe that way when you see, like, somebody who's, like, a influencer online and they put, like, a shitty picture up, or they just put something up for nothing? How does that make you feel? I know that you send me fucking crazy pictures sometimes, and I'm like, I know this kid has a rant behind this, and he just hasn't told me.
Yeah, it definitely is quite annoying. It's like if you're putting something out like in the public and like in the public eye, like it should at least make you like stop and look at it and like be something cool. But like, I saw a post today. It was like just like a selfie with like a 3-word caption and no hashtags, and I was like, okay, cool. Yeah.
Do you think that's like the equivalent of shooting yourself in the foot?
Totally.
Somebody trying to like make an influence on this thing.
Totally.
Like, do you think of like Instagram almost as like a house plant? Like where you're like,
yeah, you could say that.
The account is the plant, and the posts and the interaction and the engagement you get is the water. And if you're only doing that, let's say 3 times a month, like your plant's obviously not going to fucking live unless it's a cat. You don't give a shit about it. You know, but the fact is you have to be you have to be more engaged, or it's not going to grow, because that's the water for the plant and the fertilizer and all that shit.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, no, it's an odd thing. I find there's a lot of weird things out there. Like, I like, you know, there's a girl that we're having on this week. She's
that's right.
She posts like cool shit, man. She posts fire breathing pics, her pulling trucks and fucking workouts. She's a welder, dude. She's a badass. Chick's a badass. Like, you know what the funny thing is? She could probably kick the shit out of like 85% of dudes that ever existed.
Yep.
And she's so pretty.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she's a part of the Sons of Ragnar group that Mitch is a part of. And she's just like an absolute, like, she's stunning. But she's a super cool chick to talk to. Like, I love talking to her, man. She's super down to earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, it'll be. That's Thursday night. That'll be an interesting episode for sure.
Yeah, man, it will. It'll be a lot of fun. She's like a warrior Viking princess. I like her. She's cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll be
she'll be the first female on the podcast. But like the point that I was trying to make is like there's not one picture on that page that isn't cool in some sense. Whether it's like cool photography wise, whether it's cool like in the caption, like she's just, you know, like, yeah, she's just like chilling on the beach, but like that's a really well done photo. That one right there I love. That's hilarious.
It's cool. Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious, man.
Yeah. We gotta ask her about that when she's on the podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Have you ever seen somebody with an odd tattoo, Jordan, that you're just like, hey, I gotta ask you about that? Have you ever asked anybody about their tattoo? What's the weirdest one you've seen?
I think I don't know a whole lot of people personally with tattoos.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I don't know a ton. Like, I know a few, but
there not a lot of tattoos out in Toronto and Guelph or fucking wherever the guy can't speak English. You know where you are.
Yeah. No, I think there are. I just don't know a lot personally that have.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's weird. Because I remember in high school, kids started getting them, and I was like, I wanted to get one. And I got one after high school, and dude, it changed my whole life. It changed my whole life. It's cool. Everywhere I go now, I get a compliment on this tattoo. But, you know, like, honestly, when I got it, I thought I was just getting a tattoo.
Yeah, but it's like, it's a thing. Yeah.
Well, no, apparently I got a really high quality one. And I didn't realize that I got a really high quality tattoo because I never got one before. I didn't have anything to compare it to. So now I go around and people just like come over and grab my arm, and I'm like, and they're like, oh, I love your arm, man. It's super cool. I'm like, oh, can I have it back?
That's funny.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I would love to get a like a tattoo sleeve on my arm at some point. I think that'd be cool.
What would you get it of? Would you get something super nerdy, or would you get like something like demonic and badass and like, I am now demonic Jordan?
No, probably not.
You could get a big dick energy sleeve with just a bunch of cocks on your arm shooting. You could just get a bunch of cocks on your forearm shooting laser beams into the sky, and one of them can hit God in the eye. You could just be like, and you just see God like this. He's like, oh, you know, and Jesus is right behind him, behind a cloud. But
that'd be hilarious. But I think people would have questions if I had a bunch of dicks on my arm. I feel like.
I don't know, man. I think it depends on how well the art's done.
True. Fair. That's fair.
I mean, like maybe you could try, like maybe this. Maybe we could try and make them look like laser cannons, but we really incorporate the shape of the cannon into a dick.
Mm.
What if that? What if they're a bunch of like cyber dicks, like cyber cannon dicks?
Oh, that's funny.
We could have cyber cannon dicks shooting God in the eye with Jesus hiding behind a cloud and St. Peter at the gate being like, "I'm fucking out of here."
That'd be hilarious.
That would be hilarious. I have a feeling I've permanently reserved my spot in hell for that one. That wouldn't be the first time. I've probably got too many reservations down there. Quit fucking reserving rooms.
Yeah, taking over the whole place.
Like, I got people to house after this. Come on, I'm bringing them all with me, including young Jordan. Jordan's just like, wait, what? Oh.
Huh?
Oh, don't worry, Jordan. We'll kick open St. Peter's gate and take over heaven.
Oh man,
yeah. That would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy. Can you imagine? All of a sudden, like, you die, you find out that there's like a thing called heaven, because God knows only what actually happens. You go up there, there's actually a dude at the gate. He's like, "Oh, Jordan, okay, well, you fucked up in 9th grade. Oh, 11th grade, you did this. And when you were 42, you did this. Okay, yeah, you can come. You know, and then there's me. I come up and they're like, okay, well, you're this, you're that. You fucked up here, you fucked up there. Nope. And I'm just like, oh.
Damn, that'd be sad.
I hope there's like a political system to it, and like you can like overthrow. Like, I take over David's position, you take over God's position, and all of a sudden we just like merge the two. We have like a partnership, and then we start a podcast in the afterlife called Heaven and Hell. Yes.
Taking over the podcast game forever.
Forever. Could you imagine? People are like, we don't even know who these guys are, but these podcasts keep getting released, and it's just you and me, and I'm like, God damn, these humans, they're fucking stupid. And you're like, I love them. I want them to do well. I think I'll give them more food so they don't starve. And I'm like, I want to set their towns on fire because I hate them. Oh
man, I love this.
That should be a comedy show, like God and the devil, like fucking Satan and God, and like roommates, and they both get trapped on Earth or something. They're like stuck in a shitty apartment. Mm-hmm. One works at Subway, one works at Burger King.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fucking dope.
Yeah, we could when we create Moose Bros Entertainment, we'll have a TV show.
Oh shit, that's what it's gonna be, isn't it? It's gonna be Moose Bros Entertainment. We're gonna have all these different things under the umbrella.
Music label, movie studio, TV MMA productions, MMA promotion. Yep. Yeah.
Moose Bros FC or just Moose FC. I don't give a fuck.
Who knows?
No.
Yeah.
Moose fighting champion. That'd be so fucking sweet. I just can't wait to see somebody like one day in an interview be like, yeah, fuck you, I'm the Moose FC champion. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe they actually want to be called that.
I mean, that would definitely get our name out there.
I would. That'd be hilarious. You know, fuck, man, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I'd die for that.
We just design a custom like championship belt with our logo on it, and then like send it to some UFC champion. That'd be amazing.
Dude, that would be hilarious. Fucking, that would be hilarious if we just saw like Francis Ngannou after he takes the UFC heavyweight championship and he has like a moose around his fucking waist. The guy's like a behemoth of a human being. He crushes boulders with his hands. He's like, I'm wearing a moose.
Get him like a moose skin like robe to go with it.
Dude, oh my god, that would be hilarious. A moose robe.
Ooh, that should be a merch item at some point.
That should be. I don't even know if I can make those. If I can, I'll get them, man. I'll fucking make it happen.
like a
People,
like a Moose bathrobe, like a Moose Bros bathrobe, even if it's
that's
like,
right.
hold on.
I wonder where we could get like a moose knuckle hanging from that. So it just had like a big moose dick. That'd be so fucking funny.
Oh, it'd be hilarious.
It'd be hilarious. I would die laughing. I would die. I'd physically die. Ma! And fall over, die. Laughing.
Hold on. Okay, here we go.
Did you get a chance to watch any of the UFC fights this weekend, Jordan? Or do you not watch the UFC fights?
No, I don't watch it really. I checked the results when we were talking about it with I think it was Good Job Cobb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you looking at those. Yeah, my man.
Yeah, I just pulled them up because I didn't know what happened. So
I gotta ask you, Jordan, because you're like a newbie to the fight game. So like your opinions can never be wrong because you don't know everything, and I love it because you can say things that are wrong. And I gotta ask, what's your opinion on women getting in a cage and beating the fuck out of each other like the way they did on Saturday night? Like when Rose and Andrade fought each other, and she has like a big fucked up black eye.
Yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah,
and you're just like, she's a pretty girl, even though she had a shaved head and everything like that. Like she's still a pretty girl.
Yeah,
she's all fucked up now.
Yeah, I respect it. I would never do it.
You respect it?
I respect it. Yeah, totally.
That's dope. I like it.
Doesn't matter to me. Do your thing.
Yeah, man. I don't know what it is. I think girl fights are more competitive than guy fights a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah, because the girls are just like, when they go to war, man, they really go to war. Like there has to be something about that cat claw thing. Like there's a thing about dog fights, but girls have cat fights, and they're just, dude, they're vicious. Even in a cage fight, they can't really scratch each other too much and stuff because their nails have to be checked and everything before they go in there.
That makes sense.
But like, dude, I love watching girls fight. They're so technical and mean and vicious. Like the fight that took place on Saturday, originally when Rose and Andrade fought, Andrade pile drived her into the fucking ground and damn near killed her. Damn. And then this time when they fought, Rose picked her apart with like boxing and head kicks and teeping. I was like, so it's always fun to watch even when some people have rematches.
Totally.
Like, I like them. They had another fight on the card this weekend, Max Holloway, and when he was trying to get his featherweight title back from Volkanovski. And everybody in the world, except for Volkanovski's family, probably thinks that Max won that fight. And Max lost. Judges gave it to Volkanovski, so he didn't get the belt. But man, he dropped him with a head kick. He fucking smashed him with some solid punches. Like, I really thought that Max took it. And I thought Saturday night was just a great night of fights. So fucking, I love fighting. Anybody who watched that card, I love that card. That was sweet. God bless you, Dana White, for bringing us Fight Island. Thank you. I thank you.
Yeah, it's a cool concept. Like the whole idea of like doing like all the fights on like in like one spot it's a cool idea for sure.
Yeah, they were saying that they had to get Fight Island to do like the big international fights because they couldn't get some guys to travel to the States.
Yeah, right.
So they had to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Where the regulations are a little bit different. And so I believe they went to somewhere called Yas Island, YAS. It's in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, man. And it was neat to see how they set it up. There's like a big steel cage around the cage itself that they could use to hang the lights. And it was super cool to see. They had like really nice leather chairs out there for everybody with like waters and whatever they wanted to drink and shit like that. And it's just they were all social distance, but in style.
Yeah, that's cool.
I bet you anything, those tickets cost a pretty fucking penny right now.
Yeah, totally.
And being in Abu Dhabi, one of the richest places in the world, I don't think they had a problem.
Yeah, totally.
I love the UFC. Thank God they're going. Thank God they're doing things. I'd be going crazy. Is there anything that you miss from COVID? Is there anything that's not going on right now because of COVID that you're like, fuck, I really wish this was going on?
I think just working. Like, I would love to be working right now and like making money. Like, because like I had a job lined up for the entire summer, and it's now not happening as far as I know.
Yeah, it's weird, man. Like even here in BC, like where I live, there's not a lot of job opportunities, and the job opportunities that are here, they're not that much fun. They're very low wage, and if you go there, pretty much you're paying to go to work and come back and go back the next day. Like it's just kind of a vicious cycle to get into.
Yeah.
It's almost better to try and make something like a podcast or a long-going business or a fucking fuck the old lady next door that has tons of money who gives a shit. I'm sure she'll croak one day and she's like, I'm gonna leave her my will for the Scott pounded my pussy like a good boy every Friday and Saturday. So he gets $500,000.
That'd be nice.
I know, right? You just gotta like close your eyes and think about good things.
Yeah. Just Moose Bros HQ.
Moose Bros HQ. Oh god. Yeah, that's right. Think about Moose Bros HQ. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing. Fucking dude, I remember being a young man and I just found porn. And my dad, he decided to almost ruin it for me. He's like, there's a thing called granny porn. And it makes me feel gross that there's like old women that are involved in porn. That there's like people that are like grandmas. And they're like, yep, I'm going to take a big black dick. That shit's so fucked up. I'm like, there's no way that she made that many bad choices in her life up to this point where she needs to do this for extra money to pay for her apartment or whatever. Like, there's no way.
No. I feel like when you're that old, it's just like, I don't know, you think it's fun or something like that, or you really need money, I guess.
You really need money? Like you needed money before, but now you really need it?
Yeah.
Like I'm going to die if I don't get my cancer medication. So I gotta suck this dick. It's not funny because that's probably happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so bad.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love it. This podcast has been so all over the place, and it's great.
Yeah, it has. We started talking about content creation. We started talking about fucking old ladies.
Yeah, and people getting beat up in the nuts with potatoes, like.
That's right. Potato nuts.
Yep. And the first.
Have we brought up midgets? Have we brought up midgets yet?
Not yet. I don't think. I mean, you just did. So.
All right. Well, for all the midgets watching, I know what you did to the Tic Tac company. I'm coming for you. You son of a bitch.
Oh, that's funny.
You stay away from my beard oil company, you fucks. Unless you have a beard, then use the discount code fucking Jordans are mine and down in the description.
That's right.
I was going to say mine, but I'm not rude that way. Use whichever favorite host you have down in the description. Just show some love. Yeah, man. No, it's been fun doing this podcast. I really enjoyed the guests we've had on. Like, I was really thrilled that we had Thor on. I was thrilled that we got to have Dak on twice.
Yeah.
Like,
part 3 coming soon.
Yeah, part 3 coming soon. Black Belt was a lot of fun to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Grizzly Adams and I had an intense conversation about manliness and manhood.
That's for sure.
Bitches out there.
That was definitely intense. And, like, it started off intense and went intense, like, for the whole 2 hours and 55 minutes.
I was so smashed. During that podcast.
Yes. Yes, you were.
Yes, I was.
Yep.
It was funny, man. It was
yeah, and then he was too, so it was just kind of like just tirade back and forth the entire time with like some knowledge every once in a while.
Yeah, little drops of knowledge coming in here and there. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that one. And then good job, Cobbs was good, man. Like, I can't say we've had a bad podcast with anybody. All of them have been fun in their own ways. Like Tommy P, I like that dark humor. And use that in my life every now and again. And like Bill and Mitch with their absolute silliness. Mitch, I know that you fucking cook that way. I can't believe you did that.
He's coming back on soon because we got to talk about conspiracy theories and he's got to tell us the story of the wagon wheels and he said he's gonna get back to me about that because that's got to happen. Like he said, like hopefully next week that like he can make it work. So. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, he's hilarious.
There's not much more you can say about that guy besides like he's such a funny fucking human being.
Totally.
Love you, Mitch.
And I kind of miss talking to Metsky. It's been a while since we talked to him. Like that was like episode 2 of season 2.
Yeah, we got him on twice for that one of just craziness that we didn't plan.
Yeah.
And we got him on a second time planned, and it was still fucking craziness.
Totally. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
what can you do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm super stoked, man. I just can't wait to see like what else we got coming. We have, Anika coming on. We have Espen tomorrow, Pilot Vikings tomorrow. That's fucking stoked. I'm gonna have a little bit of liquid courage in me for that one.
Yeah,
so don't
fair.
But yeah, man, like I'm so excited for this podcast. And like it's kind of funny because you and I mentioned people that like to copycat. I mentioned that a couple of times in the past where like they try and copy my work or something that I've done or something I'm working on. I like it, but it also bugs me in a weird way.
Totally.
And it's kind of the same way with this podcast. Like we've seen there's a couple other people trying to start podcasts and do the same thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's cool, man. Like I wish you all the best, but I can already tell like you got to love this. You got to have some fun with this. You got to really want the other person to do well. Like, I want you to be rich one day. I want you to do well. I want you to have fast cars and chicks just sucking you dick while you drive. And you're not even driving. You just have your arms out like this. You're in a Tesla. And you're just doing everything
that's the plan.
Like
self-driving Tesla.
Like turning left and going to 7-Eleven. And then you go to 7-Eleven, pick up all the shit you want.
Yep.
What the fuck is my kid doing? I have no idea what my kid. What the hell are you doing? Okay.
What a guy.
What are you doing? I'm just making some noise. Valid.
Yep.
Valid point.
It's true.
Cool.
Awesome. Oh, that's funny.
I love that kid. He's so funny.
Yeah.
He's such a cuddler lately. Man, it's cool. Like when he was a kid, it was weird. Like the way everything went with him and I'm probably gonna go down a little bit of a personal road here.
Yeah.
Personal road. Like when he was little and it was his mom and I and him and his brother and we were all living together. He was little. That's how kids need attention. They just want hugs and kisses. And
totally.
You change their bomb. You feed
them. Yeah.
When they're babies, there's only so much you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got a little bit bigger, and when her and I split, and she ended up kind of going away, and now it's turned into what it's turned into, where it's him and I pretty much full time.
Yeah.
Man, like it's so cool. He did not want to cuddle for the first couple of years of his life. Like, he wasn't a cuddler. Didn't really like it. He was even a little iffy on hugs and kisses. Like he didn't really like them. I was like, my kid's broken from everything that happened, right? And I was like, I was really worried there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have a fucking screaming Viking in the other room that keeps asking me if he can fall asleep on my ass every night. He's like, can I use your butt as a pillow? I'm like, hey, I don't have a giant ass, man. I'm not like somebody with a big ghetto butt. Like, what the hell? Like, okay. And he's like, can I sleep on your chest? I'm like, hey, you're almost 5. Like, you're 4, man. Like, Jesus Christ. But I just try to accept the fact that, he's going to still sneak into my room right now and snuggle with me in the middle of the night, every single night. Mm-hmm. And I love being a dad. Like if people think I'm complaining, like I love the fact he's over there making noise and being hilarious.
Totally.
He's such a little copy of me, man. It's weird when you have a little copy of you and you're trying to help raise you, but be better than who you were, because that's essentially what I'm doing. I don't want him to be who I was as a teenager. I want him to grow up and be, like a way better version of me. Mm-hmm. And man, that kid is already way cooler than I ever will be. He has so much more self-confidence than I do. Jesus Christ! Did somebody punch you? Somebody punch you in the tip?
No, I went to. I was gonna pull up your the Instagram story that you put up of Legend yesterday.
Oh,
but it opened right to the first one, and you had music playing. Damn near gave me a heart attack.
Oh shit! That's fucking funny, bro.
It's like, whoa. That shit came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I like Disturbed. They're a good one. Or it might be that Beard song that I found yesterday. That's funny. It sounded aggressive, didn't it?
It was something. It was like it came out of nowhere. It's just like, whoa. just like a punch to the nose out of nowhere.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, man, I love being a dad. For anybody out there, like if you're 23 and you feel like you've been lost your entire life like I did, I'm not suggesting you go out and knock up some chick and get her pregnant and all of a sudden become a dad out of nowhere like I did. That's not very smart. But it might be interesting for you to consider that if you're still kind of lost at 23 and whatnot, and you don't know what your purpose is, your purpose might be to be a good dad. That might just be as simple as it is. I, for many years, walked around lost, not really sure of what I was going to do. I was so lost. At 23, I just thought I was invincible. I could do whatever I wanted. There's my man. There's the champ. Yeah, that's a cute little kid that's screaming in the other room into his probably his salt shaker. Hey, buddy. I'm pretty sure that everybody in the neighborhood can hear you. Okay. But yeah, man, it like he changed my life, man.
I believe it.
There was a lot. Like 23, man, I thought I knew everything. He came along, and there were a couple dark moments along the way. You know, there was a point, and I mean, like, I don't want to get to whatever, but there was a point where, like, I wasn't in a good place, and that kid saved my life. Legitimately saved my life. Like, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for, like, the fact that he existed. So, like, one thing I'm internally grateful to him for is the fact that he came into my life and changed it. And everything's been a little bit messy. You know, there's court going on, and there's this, that, and all that shit. That's no fun to deal with.
Totally.
But at the end of the day, like, I would do this all over again 1,000,000 times just for that. I love him that much. I'd do anything for him. Jump in front of a bus for him, or I'd throw a midget in front of a bus and knock him out of the way, and then the midget would get smoked by a bus. And I'd be like, yeah, 2 birds with 1 stone. So are you ever gonna let me get you midget clown strippers? Are you ever gonna let me do that for you? Like, am I ever gonna be able to, like, you just wake up one day, like, you actually live at the Moose Brothers HQ, I'm fucking upstairs, the next thing you know, like, you're still sleeping, and I just, like, let them in the front door. I'm like, come on, he's over here.
I could see that. That would be hilarious.
We go in there, and, like, I'm just gonna be like, hold on, I have to plug in the disco ball. And then you plug in the disco ball, and, you know, it goes really slow. Super slow.
Yeah.
You're sleeping. All of a sudden, I just blast to the music. It has to be like I'm a Barbie's girl in a Barbie's world.
Totally.
Yeah, or I'm fucking a unicorn. I'm fucking a unicorn. Fucking unicorn. It has to be that song. Something like that going on. Or a Backstreet Boys song. Ooh, you are my fire. That's what it is. Clown strippers are gonna come in and they're gonna be like
that would have to be a prank video, like surprising Jordan with midget clown strippers.
I think that would just have to be like a good morning video.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have to be a prank video. I think that would just be our life at that point, Jordan.
just a normal day in the life. Yep.
If you're just gonna come live here at the Moose Brothers HQ, then bro, I mean,
totally.
We might have midget clowns. Oh my God, we might have midget clown strippers living with us, Jordan.
Oh, and then we have like an MMA like octagon like in the basement.
Yeah.
And you just like go down and you just box with them and like.
Well, I can't box the midget clown strippers because they would be female. I can't punch a female.
True fact. So we had get some other midgets to come in.
That's right. That's right. So we need to get other midgets, like that dude from Austin Powers. I could punch him. The midget from Jackass, I could punch him.
Just have like a group of 4 that just like they're on a rotating schedule.
Yeah, was Gary Coleman a midget?
That's a question. And
let's find out if Gary Coleman was a midget. I think he was a midget. I think The Simpsons made an episode about him. He was a little black dude. Yeah. And he was like, "What you talking about?" I can't remember. Was he a midget? I like him a lot. I don't want to fight him, but I will.
Yeah. There he is.
So is he a midget?
Looks like it.
I bet he's like the nicest guy. Like, I almost feel bad saying that I would fight Gary Coleman now.
Yeah.
He's like the nicest guy.
I think he's dead now.
Oh, well, that just makes me even more of an asshole, Jordan. God damn. There you go. That's why I'm not getting into heaven. It's because fucking Gary Coleman's sitting there being like, you dumbass.
Yeah. No, he's going to personally greet you at the gate and be like, nah.
Yeah, he's just going to shake his head, fuck you.
I heard your podcast that one time.
Yeah, he's like, St. Peter doesn't even want to talk to you. Like, oh, wow. Jesus Christ. Oh, I bet there's several people that are offended by this podcast already, which is kind of my goal sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are too easily offended these days.
You know, you make a valid point. I was talking to a girl the other day that was like, oh, like, you're really handsome. And it was through like a Tinder, one of the dating things.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, we should get together, whatever. And then she said, can I listen to the podcast? And I said, sure. And I told her to go to episode 7 with Dak, the first one where we fucking die laughing.
Yeah.
And I never heard from her again.
Oh.
Ghosted. Boom. Gone. I was like, oh, shit.
Yep. I mean,
whatever.
That one wasn't even that bad. Like,
I know. I don't even know if it was because of the podcast. I got ghosted. I don't know. That was the last thing we talked about. Listen to the podcast. She's like, I'm about to. And that was the last text message I got. I was like, wow. Oh. I didn't think the dick droppers were so bad.
That was hilarious. Like I haven't laughed like that since part 2 with Dakota. Like
that's right. Since part 2.
Yeah. Like, and I think part two drops in. Part 2 drops in a couple days, I believe. I think that's the next one that drops.
But the one that dropped today, the one that dropped right now, which people will be listening to this in a little while from now, so they can go back and find it and watch it and all that shit, is Phil and Mitch. We had them both on for the Colossal podcast. Two of the biggest men, literally 2 of the most physically imposing men, not big as in like overweight or fat. Like they'll just fucking kill you because they're giants, but they're super sweet dudes. You know, like I love them, man. Like Mitch, his triceps just scream fear. And that story that Phil told us about him like taking off his shirt and ramming into that dude, he was gonna kill him. Dude, I was like, man, I don't want that running at me.
Nope.
Man, like I would love to train with both of those guys. They're both so physically strong. I just want to know, like, if I train with you, am I gonna get to be your size? Can I turn into a giant too? There they are. Yeah, man, the fucking beasts of TBS. I love those dudes. The Beast Bros. I seriously think they should do a podcast together. I think they'd be hilarious.
They should. Wait.
I wonder if we're gonna get copyrighted by our own.
That's what I was gonna say. I wonder if like we'll get a notification when this goes live. Like there was a copyright strike on somebody used one of your videos. That would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious. Could you imagine if we got a copyright on our own fucking video?
That would be hilarious. There they are. The 2 Beast Bros.
There they are.
Oh, man.
The gentlemen themselves.
Like, I was excited. Like, definitely stoked to talk to both of them, but, like, especially Phil. Like, he's like Phil has a special place, like.
In your heart?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Like, he's the first guest on the podcast. Like.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I love Phil. There's not many stupid tongue. There's not many people in the world like Phil that are just like completely genuine to the core. Like he's a sweet dude. You know, I love how funny he is. He's always so fucking happy and fun to be around.
Totally.
And then Mitch too. Like I died laughing between some of the private conversations him and I have been having lately.
Yep.
Man.
Totally.
There's no time that dude doesn't message me where I don't die laughing at some point. So,
yeah.
Thank you for that, Mitch. You're a fucking gem. I love you.
Yeah. And next time we get him on, it has to be for more than like an hour and 17 minutes. Because like the episode that he was on last time with Phil, that was a long episode, and that was like so fun to like get to talk to him for like a big chunk of time.
Yeah, well, he always has crazy stories. I find people that live over in the UK, and I mean with no disrespect, if anything, I mean it with a little bit more respect. They're a little bit crazy.
Totally.
Crazy. I like it.
Yeah.
I like that shit. I like the fact they're a little bit off the beaten path and like.
Totally. Like Mitch, like cooking wagon wheels in his frying pan, thinking they're burgers while he's drunk. Like, that's hilarious.
Absolutely.
Who does that? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, who does that?
Yeah.
Oh God,
So funny. Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, it's a lot of fun.
Funny.
It's a lot of fun doing this podcast. It's fun
Totally.
talking. It's fun learning more about you and just like how we evolve and how we're gonna introduce or possibly have our podcast taken over by different versions of ourselves at some point.
Ooh. Yeah, it's gonna be. That's season 3.
Season 3. I can't believe we fucking came up with that out of nowhere. That was funny.
Well, that's the whole theme of this podcast. Like this podcast we came up with out of nowhere. Just like, oh my, like that's how like when I was talking to Sean today, I was like, yeah, we just kind of just did it like just because we thought it'd be fun, like just as a joke, and then it's kind of morphed into almost like 21 episodes. Like,
come at you.
Yeah, man. Here's trouble.
There you go. We were talking about you on the podcast a little while ago.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's been a lot of fun. Like, I personally really enjoyed doing this and like getting to learn about everybody and talk to everybody. Like you said, it started out as more of like kind of a joke between you and I, and then it's turned into what it's turned into.
Totally.
You want to say hi to Uncle Jordan?
Hi.
Hey.
You want to say hi to the whole internet? Because you're on the internet now. Say hi, guys.
Hi. Hi, guys.
Yeah, this is my little dude legend. And yes, that is his birth name. That is on his birth certificate. That's not a joke.
It's a great name.
It's a different name, man. I remember when I put it online, somebody was like, "Hey, what's your kid's name?" And I'm like, "Hey, it's Legend." And somebody's like, "Yo, I'm gonna have a kid in May. I think I'm gonna name him Legend." I'm like, "Fuck you." I was like, "No, you can't steal a kid's name because it sounds cool."
Yeah, totally.
You're showing everything going.
And I'm watching Ninja the show.
You're watching the Ninja show?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That is don't say ninja.
Oh, he doesn't say ninja? What does he say?
Say booyah.
Oh, he said, oh yeah, he goes booyah.
Booyah.
Booyah. Yeah, well, I can say it in a bunch of different ways, and then you can change it right after. Still. Hey, you. Go watch your Ninja show.
I'm going.
You're grabbing your... Yeah, fair enough. I'll grab your skateboard for you. My kid is 4, and this is a skateboard.
It's incredible. It's a great skateboard.
Hey, you. Go watch your show. Pick it up with your hands. You a big kid.
Wow.
Okay, well, you can't hang it between your legs like it's your dick. Come on. You have really funny coordination this morning.
Ow.
Ow.
Sorry about that. I just
I'm just sitting here on the other end. I'm like
gotta set up. Gotta set up. My mom just got a new phone, so I have to set that up for her. So that's 3 phones that I've set up. No, that's a lie. Like 5 phones that I've set up in the past month or so.
Yeah.
Because like my new phone, I helped my sister with her new phone, and then my other 2 siblings got new phones recently, and then my mom's old phone, this one just kind of kicked the bucket recently, so she got a new iPhone SE. Looks like. What color? Oh, also the white. That's nice.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice indeed. So Jordan, I have a question for you.
Okay, what's your question?
I know you've been reaching out to a few guests that you want to have on podcasts in the future. Is there somebody that you think would be funny for me to interview or for you to interview? Like vice versa. Like I'll pick somebody that I think would be funny for you to deal with, and then you pick somebody that you think would be funny for me to deal with. Who do you think would be? Who would you pick for the cross examination? I guess you could say of this.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I already know yours.
Well, why don't you go first while I'm thinking?
Zeke. I picked Zeke for you. and pick Veek for you.
I tried.
I know you did.
Yep.
Even after everything that took place, that
Yep.
we had a podcast that we're not going to air. It's one of the forbidden files that we have.
Yeah.
One of the very few. I think it's our only one.
Yeah. It's the first forbidden episode.
The first forbidden episode of hopefully not many more, because we're tired of fucking walking on eggshells and shit.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's funny, man. But yeah, you were super sweet too when you reached out and you were like, hey, man, even though everything sucked lately and we got our differences, like, we'd still like to have you on the podcast. And he did respond in a very cordial, very nice way.
Yeah.
We'll mention that. He was like, hey, I appreciate that, but I think I'm good for now. So
yeah,
we do appreciate how kind you were. So thank you.
Totally. Mm-hmm.
But you're still allowed on the podcast at any day. You can still braid my back hair anytime. I understand. No big deal. I'm okay with it. I got no hate towards anybody. Mm-hmm. But I would be lying if I said that my back hair had not been braided since we've had our disagreements, shall we say.
Yep.
And it needs to be braided.
Well, I think like at some point when we bring on my buddy John, I think that'll be interesting because that's somebody that you've had like minimal interaction with.
Fair enough.
Unlike pretty much all of our other guests. So I think that'll be interesting.
Now, if you're going into more of like a global scale, like you could pick anybody on the globe, who would you pick? Who, like, what celebrity, what public figure, what
Joe Rogan.
You son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. You're right. He would just be like, hey man, what's going on? And I'd be like, I just
totally. Yep.
Oh, that's funny. Mm-hmm. I would probably have to pick. I'd probably have to pick some hot chick. I would pick Emily Knight.
Who's that?
And you look her up, Jordan. You look up Emily Knight. You make her famous on this podcast, Jordan.
I'm gonna use my phone because that sounds
son of a bitch.
That sounds too risky for the podcast and my computer.
I don't know, Jordan. I follow her. God damn, she's pretty. But that's who I would pick for you to interview.
Yeah, that would be I would. Yeah, my ability to speak English would probably disappear.
You see her? You see who she is?
Mm-hmm. 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 Yep.
Dude, you know what's interesting? She's like one of those My Only Fan girls, which is weird. Isn't that a weird thing these days?
I feel like so many. It's like a huge thing now. Like,
yeah, you mentioned to me, and it's odd that you mentioned it to me because I know there's a few girls that I've gone to school with that have it. There's a few girls that I know, like friends of friends that have it. It's like it's a more common thing than you would expect.
Yeah. Because it's a little weird, but it's like really common. Like,
how do you date a girl that has one of those? Like, hey babe, I'll see you later. She's like, hold on, I'm just taking an asshole picture for my fans. Like, oh, okay. Like, I don't really know. You know what I mean? Like,
totally. Yeah, like, yeah, I don't know.
Because, I mean, like, I'm all for the freaky shit. Like, I'll fuck somebody with my window open. People can watch. I don't give a shit. But, I mean, more so just anything. Like, it's just, it's an odd thing. Like, how do you approach a girl like that?
Totally.
You know that in some aspect, in some way, you are completely, like, you have no value to her as a man.
Yeah,
you
totally.
You are not needed for money. You are not needed for dick. You are not needed for income or housing or fun. She can find all of those things somewhere else.
That is true.
So as a guy, like, if those girls are on like a dating profile, it's really weird.
Yep.
To like even talk to them. I had a couple reach out to me in the last little bit since I've jumped on like the Tinder and whatnot.
Really?
And dude, yeah, and it's uncomfortable because like,
yeah, that's fair.
You don't know what to talk to these girls about.
Totally.
Like, in a way, you want to be all perverted and be like, I want to see your butthole. But you don't want to be that dude because
she's used to that
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hears that all the time.
Totally.
And you can't be. That's not a good way to talk to a woman anyway.
Totally.
But I mean, still, it's just like when you talk to that girl about the weather. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's a fucking lovely sunny day out there, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like,
She's like, yeah, I'm just driving in my Lamborghini because I'm rich as fuck. It's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go drive in my Trailblazer, which barely works.
Yeah, I think that's the other thing. Like, if they're like really popular, I think my friend who's on there is in the top like 30 or 40% of creators, like as of late.
That's not bad.
What she's like posting on Instagram, which is interesting. It's like, huh.
Interesting.
Well, okay
Interesting
then.
indeed.
Yeah, it is. It's very interesting.
Yeah. You know what, Jordan? I think I'm gonna start a My OnlyFans and see how girls like it when I tell them that I have that on my fucking profile. I'll just, have like in my profile like single dad, I like to go for walks on the beach, long romantic movies, My OnlyFans slut. That's what I'll do. Just My OnlyFans slut. I show my dick and my nipples and I fucking and next thing you know, I make money. That's what I do. Fucking crazy world we live in.
Totally.
What do you think? Do you think the world's just going strictly to digital content now with COVID? Like it seems like they've already said that we may not get rid of this, and this might just be the new normal for us.
Totally. Yeah. I hope that's not the case because I friggin' hate masks. Like.
Yeah, no, I do too. I haven't had to wear one yet, to be honest with you. I've never worn a fucking mask yet in this entire thing. I'm doing just fine. Knock on wood. But,
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think everything's going to change? Like, my parents and I were talking about this the other day. Like, it could be the final, like, hockey players we're seeing, basketball players and stuff like that, because team sports are almost not a thing anymore. Like,
True.
I think it was Adams that was telling us, or
right.
Like they're not starting until like
at least I think it was Good Job Cobb, like at least January, like
and January's that's a fucking far way away. That's like that's like what 8 months, 9 months,
something like that. Yeah, like
can you imagine like all those kids that were really good, they were getting ready for a game, and next thing you know, they're like take a year and a half, almost 2 years off, bitch.
Yeah, and it's like
like I don't think that sports will be what they used to be when people come back because it's like they had a long time off, and as an athlete, like part of your thing is being constantly training and put to the test and staying sharp. So it's going to be interesting when they all come back. I mean, I know they've done it their whole lives, but anybody gets a little bit weird after taking a break.
Totally, yeah, because like if you're not doing it for so long, like if you're not doing it for so long, it's like.
Well, can you imagine how many of those guys got used to getting fat?
Yeah, true.
A bunch of those guys. And the other thing is, like, it's probably really difficult for these sports organizations to justify even paying these guys sometimes.
Totally. Yeah, because like they're not doing anything right now.
Well, how are you bringing in money? Like hockey doesn't have pay-per-views. Football doesn't have pay-per-views. Like you don't pay for that shit. Like for a game, you're not like I'm paying $70 to watch Tom Brady throw a fucking football. You just watch it on TV.
Totally. Yeah.
Right. So I get curious as to like how are those guys going to start making their payments, right? Like the sports organizations to the player. Okay, on your contract it says that we have to give you $110 million over fucking 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's awesome, but most football players never make 11 years, and there's all these other things that are involved, and so how are they going to start justifying being like, okay, we paid Bob McFuckstick fucking $40 million this year when there's no crowd, there's nobody buying hot dogs, beers, t-shirts, because they're not there. Like how do you justify that then, right? Then you can be like, all this money can go somewhere else.
Yeah, facts.
Like fighting is a bit different because you can have one guy versus one guy and they get tested and they go in there.
Yeah.
But even when you have like a big team like this, like I still don't really understand. Like if everybody were to test clean, why can't you have a baseball game?
True. Yeah, that's
right. Like, I don't really understand how that all works.
Yeah.
And why it's happening the way it's happening. But
yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's gonna be weird. Like,
do you think we're seeing the end of sports and like a huge shift in civilization where like all of a sudden like, because think about it, like schools, it wouldn't surprise me if schools went to like you do your schoolwork at home and you just come in for your projects or like.
Yeah. Well, so what I've heard like that they're doing for like my other siblings who are still in high school, they're doing like a hybrid model. So like you'll go like 1 week you'll go physically go into school 3 days a week, um, and then like do the other 2 days of that week like from home online, and then like another group of kids will do 3 days the following week, which is going to be really weird. Yeah, which is going to be really weird. And for kids that have no idea about like they suck at dealing with like schedules, like it's
Oh God.
yeah, that's
There's
not going to
probably
be
going to be
good.
a lot of kids that miss school this year, like in the sense of like imagine.
Totally.
Because remember when we would go to school and they're like,
Yeah.
you know, Bobby McFuckstick, are you here? Bobby McFuckstick. It's like, I'm right here. And then, you know, fucking Tommy Dickface, are you here? And Tommy Dickface right here.
Yeah.
And they would go through the list, right? But they don't really do that anymore, as far as I know. It's more of.
I mean, in like high school and elementary school, they still do like.
Yeah.
And like
but
even
I mean, like, as far as like going through the list, like there would be a lot of absent marks this coming year, I imagine, if it were still on that style, like the clipboard with the piece of paper.
Yeah.
Because like you're saying, some people aren't very good with schedules.
Yeah.
And like that would really suck if they're like, hey Tommy, you got to be in class on Tuesday, and his mom sleeps in because she forgets, and it's
totally. Yeah.
You know, or Tommy gets sick and, oh, well, you didn't have to go to school today, but you showed up anyways. And like, there's going to be all kinds of weird things.
Yeah, it's going to be chaos, I feel like.
But I have the feeling it'll be chaos for like a year.
Yeah.
And then
I think you're right.
And then it'll just be normal again. Like, that'll just be how it is. That's just how you go to school.
Mm-hmm.
And which is odd, because how do you think that's going to work when it comes to like socializing and dating and whatnot? Because school is a lot of how people meet each other and start to date, and they make connections and they grow up. And, you know, they make friends that go off into university, and maybe they don't, but they stay friends. But that's a connection they have later on in life.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think that's going to be the same thing? Do you think it's going to have the same kind of thing, or is it going to be the same but different?
I honestly don't know right now. Like, I think it's going to be a lot of weirdness. Like, at least at first, like
how do you date anybody right now?
Yeah, it's true.
You go on a date, you go to a restaurant, and you're fucking, oh, your eyes look beautiful above your mask. Like,
well, like where I like when I walked down to hang out with Sean at Tim Hortons, I saw people like in like the outdoor section of a restaurant with no masks, like a group of 4 just sitting at a table, like no masks or anything. They were like outside on like a deck. So like,
yeah,
it's, I don't know, their whole like enforcement of things is weird. Like,
yeah, you'd think that there'd be like a huge increase of bylaw officers everywhere right now.
Yeah.
You'd think there'd be like you think you'd see one every 20 feet or something like that, because we need people working. But I don't know. It's put a bunch of weird things into perspective. Like, you and I live in Canada.
Yeah.
And Canada's been saying that we've hit like a serious deficit as far as our money's gone. Like, all of a sudden we're just above, or it hasn't been this bad since World War II.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that.
So, you know, it's a little uncomfortable right now, especially because I know for you, like you were saying, you don't have a lot of work. Where I live, there's not a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder like how scary that is for a lot of people right now. Like, this next year, I think is going to be very telling to see what happens to a lot of Canadians, Americans, Europeans, everybody all over the world about what happens.
Totally. And I feel like with like I was talking to my mom and my sister about this earlier, because my sister's starting university this fall. And she's going to be like strictly online. So like, she's not going to get to experience like the first week of like actually being in university. Like, all the things that happen. And I feel like I think there's going to be a lot of people that like don't want to start university when like everything is online. So I feel like a lot of people are going to defer and like go
wait a year,
like next year or the year after. I feel like that's going to be a big trend this year.
That would make a lot of sense.
Because you're like,
you're right. That's a big part of college is the experience.
And as far as I know, like most universities are still like charging like their normal. Like my college is like adjusting the pricing for stuff a bit because we're also like totally online. But I think universities are still mostly like you still have to pay like the same tuition.
Yeah, I think so.
It's like all online.
Yeah, I think so, because it's more so about what you get in the end of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
And I never quite understood that about, like, you know, people have complained about our education system and how much it costs money up here for many, many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a weird thing. So, especially with our prime minister, apparently that whole grant thing, the we thing, where he's like getting some money kicked back and shit like that. And it's like, what are you doing, Mr. Justin? What are you doing, Mr. Trudeau?
Yeah, I've never liked that guy.
You've never liked Justin Trudeau. You don't even think he's a handsome bastard. You don't even think that he's like a pretty boy, where girls are like, "Oh, I can see why I voted for him."
I mean, yeah, he definitely is. He does, and he's been growing a beard recently, which is a better look.
He has, and that beard was an improvement.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're right.
But not by much. I still don't really like
not
him.
By much.
No.
So would you say you're more of a conservative guy? You like conservatives? Or yeah, Jordan's a conservative. Okay, yeah. Jordan's over there all conservative like.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely more left than right for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you mean more right than left? Because I think left is liberal.
Yeah, more right than left. What did I say?
Oh, okay. No, I think you said more left than right, and I was like, I don't know, man.
No, more right than left. That's what I thought that's what I said, but I'm so tired I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
I understand. See, I don't even know really what I am because I just go each year. I'm like, who do I like this year?
Mm-hmm.
Like.
Yeah, my dad does a similar thing. He's like, depends on like actually who's running.
Yeah, like this year when I went and I voted, like I actually voted NDP.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, because I actually really liked Jagmeet Singh and what he was saying and what he was trying to get out. So I appreciated that and what he was trying to do.
Yeah,
I knew
totally.
he wasn't going to win, but I was like, maybe you guys can get a little bit of something.
True, yeah.
But yeah, no, that's who I voted for when it came to voting this last.
Fair.
You voted before? Are you allowed to vote now?
Yeah. I voted twice because like there was an Ontario provincial election recently, and then the federal one. I voted in that one as well.
Is Doug Ford popular out there? Like, is he a popular guy in Ontario, or is he like a mix? Like people don't really like him.
When he first
out here in BC, like we love him. We're like, holy fuck, this guy's the greatest thing ever.
Interesting. Yeah. So like when he was running. Like, he got a lot of heat from a lot of people. But, like, now that he's, like with his, like, response to the whole COVID situation, like, he's a lot more popular now than he was.
Yeah, I personally – that's when I started paying more attention to him and being like, oh, shit, this guy's, like, doing some cool things. When he's like, we're going to build everything in Ontario. And we're going to, like, he was very safe about trying to open things up. And even then he's like, uncomfortable about it still, but he's trying to keep everybody happy but going the best rate he can. And like how he got his truck and he was driving around dropping off all the shit personally. I was like, dude, totally. That's so cool. That is so cool.
Yeah,
and I appreciate that. That was cool to see. Yeah, man, I gotta say I like Canada. I think it's kind of a boring country sometimes.
Totally.
But man, I'm glad that we're here. I couldn't imagine the States or fucking, can you imagine, Jordan, if you and I lived in like Nigeria or Uganda or fucking Africa or like some of these crazy, like Saudi Arabia, like what, imagine. Oh God.
Nah.
No.
I don't want to do that.
Where would be the worst place in the world that you could go to visit? Like if somebody's like, Jordan, we're going somewhere and you're like, cool, we're going to like Tokyo and it's really cool, but your plane crashes. Where does it crash? What country do you land in? What is your situation? Why are you like, no, I don't want to be here?
Oh, I think anywhere in the Middle East.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would suck. Like crashing in the desert of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Or like Iraq or something like that.
Not trying to do that.
No, I'm not trying to do that at all.
Nope.
But who knows? You might find your fucking Tony Stark Iron Man outfit out there. Isn't that where he went?
Yeah, I think it's in Afghanistan.
They went to like Iraq or Afghanistan, and they did that fucking. They blew the shit out of those mountains or something.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah, I was watching that movie like last night.
Oh damn! Look at you. I totally forgot to do that thing when I fell asleep last night for fucking our little experiment. Just see.
Oh yeah.
I totally forgot, so I'll do that tonight. Oh fuck it! I fell asleep like 2 seconds in. Go on.
Fair.
But yeah, no man, it was fucking. I wouldn't mind going to Tokyo again. Like I'd like to go to Tokyo. I was there when I was younger.
Yeah.
I'd like to go back and see what it was like. That place was a bit crazy for my liking, but I'd like to go back as an older man now. It's a little crazy.
True. Yeah. I don't know. It's just like because I think with like even I don't know if I've never been, so I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that like as soon as you like get into like anywhere, or because Tokyo's in Japan, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So that'd be a cool place to visit. But like anywhere in China, I don't think I would want to go anywhere in China.
Yeah,
Really.
I went to Japan. They're much nicer.
Yeah.
They're
Because
much
like
nicer. I've never been to China, but I
yeah.
don't want to go there, especially
No.
after what's happening with the two Michaels.
No.
I'm good. Like I don't want to be. Oh, hey, you're Canadian. We'll just take you until they give us what we want. We want our CEO back for Huawei. Or Huawei.
Yeah.
The fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of Huawei, I just got a notification that the UK just banned them from their like their telecom system.
Oh shit.
And the US is like in the process of like bringing the hammer down. So and like this is what I've been worried about that for months, which is why I got this phone, the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, because I was concerned about like it just being like banned in the software, like not working anymore, it just being like a useless paperweight.
Yeah, man, that's a very possible thing. Is that it's essentially probably one of the most powerful phones on the planet, but because of the fact of who it's made by and what they got in there, you don't really want to give them that information, which is odd because it's like, what information would they gain that's really super valuable?
Yeah, and I don't even, as far as I know, I could be wrong, but as far as I know, there's been no like actual like unbiased like concrete proof that like there's actually like Chinese like tampering with the phones and like surveillance. Like I haven't seen that anywhere like where it's been like proven. So it's mainly just like a political like
it's like, a political thing.
Yeah, by the Americans. It's annoying because they make great phones, but it's just like the fact that it's made in China, owned by a Chinese company. It's just kind of too much foreign for a lot of Americans.
Yeah, I know it is. There's a lot of things that are weird about China right now, though. They're trying to take Hong Kong. They took Hong Kong recently in a very weird way. They did it politically, which is weird. I didn't know they were even able to do that with what they were doing over there. I didn't know they were even able to pass laws like that and turn in their country, because I thought it was given back to them by the British people. And it was supposed to be like 100 years of peace after China took over or something like that. Like it was supposed to be good for like 100 years or 99 years or something like that. And now they've essentially broken that. So it's like, does that go right back to being under the British power when this is all said and done, and China either loses or China comes back? Or like, how does that all work? Does China just go, fuck you, we're doing this anyway, it's ours, fuck you?
Yeah, I don't know.
I never quite understood how that worked.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is. So, but Jordan's going into search mode here.
No, I'm just setting up my mom's new phone and realizing that like a whole bunch of my my like passwords are saved on this iCloud account for some reason. So I'm just going through and deleting a few of them because I'm like, that shouldn't be there.
Oh, they found out your porn history, Jordan. They found out your porn history. They know what kind of a dirty bird you are. They know what kind of a dirty bird Jordan is.
No. I'm too smart for that.
Shit. I'm too smart for that. Shit. Well, my man, is there anything that you want to talk about? Is there anything you want to hit off on? Is there anything you want to pound down real quick before we wrap her up?
I don't know. We've covered a lot of things so far.
Now, if Gary Coleman wants me to burn in hell, fucking all kinds of shit. Yep.
Yeah.
MMA fighting and.
No, we covered a lot. Got lots more episodes planned. We're coming up. We're introducing some new friends to the podcast, shall we say, in season 3.
New friends.
Yep.
Yeah, if you guys think that we were ridiculous beforehand, this just kicked it up a notch.
Yep.
I can't fucking wait for this. So.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be hilarious because I don't even know if we're just gonna roll the ball on that one and see what happens.
Totally. Yep. Yeah.
Watch that. That's gonna be like the most popular one ever.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, like I don't expect anything from YouTube anymore. With like things that I think should do well, like I don't even think about that anymore. I'm just like throw it up there, see what happens. Like
yeah, absolutely.
Because I can't. I've given up on trying to predict YouTube. Like I figured Thor's episode was gonna just go crazy, but like
yeah, you and me both. Like it got good watch time and it got good action and everything, but it was surprising to see.
Not what we were expecting.
Yeah, and I don't mean this with any ill respect. I was surprised to see that Dean still like overwhelmed that episode as far as like,
everything.
His statistics, his watch time, his views, everything. Like Dean's episode is killing it, man.
Yeah,
so Dean, if you're listening, people love the shit out of you.
Yeah, YouTube's funny that way. It's kind of random and weird.
I find it interesting how many podcasts there are out there that they don't actually update or do anything often.
Mm-hmm.
It's really frustrating to see like other podcasts. They're like, hey, we just dropped an episode. And I'm like, cool, when was the last one? And you go and check them out and it was like a month and a half ago. You're like, really? You had nothing to talk about over that month and a half? After we get off this podcast, I'm going to have something to talk about 10 minutes after. I guarantee you.
Totally. Yep.
I'm going to have something to bitch about or something to complain about or something to talk about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we talk like throughout the day, every day. Like
every day.
Yeah.
All day.
Yep.
Fucking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't get that. Like sitting down for like an hour is not that hard. Like
an hour, 2 hours, fuck, even 3 hours isn't that hard as long as you have.
Yeah, like we had a little planning meeting yesterday, and that was like an hour and 15 minutes, no problem.
Hour 15 minutes. Yeah, we shot the shit. We talked about some stuff.
Yeah, literally, it's just like nothing, like not even a big deal.
No, I think people make too much of a big deal. Like you said, they get offended too easily, and they think everything's too hard. And it's like, no, man, you just gotta start.
Yeah, totally. Just gotta do
something. Gotta start, and then you gotta finish.
Yeah.
Totally. Start one project, finish it. Start another, finish it. Start another, finish it. And then in a year, you'll see what kind of projects you're working on and where you finished it. And you'll be like, wow, that's way better or way shittier than what a year ago. And I got some things to do.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's about all I got to say to our fans that are listening about content creation and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All links down below. Check out our merch. I just got my shirt in a couple days ago, so that's exciting. Scott's constantly working on merch. Got new things coming.
Yeah. Jordan's gonna have a new Team Jordan shirt up there because I made a mistake and I fucked it up, so I had to get rid of the Team Jordan shirt. So Jordan has the only, as far as I know, the only Team Jordan shirt of that kind. So I will be the one of one. So I will be making new ones for Jordan.
Yeah.
Handsome, devilish bastard here and needs his own merch. So I'm going to have coffee cups up there and stickers. And if anybody else wants anything, like just send me up. Just send me like DM me through my Instagram. It's down there.
Yep.
And tell me what you want. Tell me if you're like, dude, I fucking want a pair of mittens. I don't know how to make mittens, but I'll find a way. If you want,
that'd be hilarious.
If you want socks with my face on it or Jordan's face on it, let me know.
We need to do socks. That would be incredible. I just got a whole bunch of new fun socks, and I would totally wear socks with like my or your face on them. Like that would be hilarious. And we have to make them some like ridiculous, outlandish color, like bright green or like yellow or something like. Yeah, yellow season 3 socks. Because like season 3, yeah, that's our official season 3 color.
Yellow.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, seriously, if anybody wants anything and they're just like, man, I want this, fucking let me know.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get it to you.
Yeah,
we'll figure out a price. We'll get it done. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, the merch master.
The match master, the Canadian king, the big dick bandits. We are here. So
yeah, cool. Yeah, that was a good episode. Thanks for watching. Good stuff.
Yes, thank you for watching. Big dick energy, everybody. Stay safe out there. Don't get COVID and die.
True. Facts. Well said.
Facts. Much love.